Limmy's World of Glasgow.
Vijay!
I was in booths in Renfield Street playing pool with three of my friends. I got to the end of the game and I was really happy because I was actually in the winning team, I'm pleased to say, and my friend said, "Okay Vijay, you going to come round to the Truffle Club for a change?" Because me and my friends have got a bit of a running joke. I don't like strip clubs. I don't think girls should have to do that and lower themselves to that sort of thing. I said, "No thanks guys, you just go ahead. I'm going to go downstairs and play some games, okay? I'll catch up with you next week." They said okay, and off they went round to the Truffle Club. So I went downstairs and stuck a quid in the first gambler I could see. The second I do that, out comes some wee guy from nowhere and rushes over to the machine. And he says, What you doing? I had a credit in that." I said, "Did you? Sorry mate." And I looked down at the credits and sure enough there was 5 credits and it was a 25p machine, so he must have already had a credit in it. I said, "Okay then, you take your shot and then I'll take my 4 shots after you, okay?" He said, "It doesn't work like that mate. I've been on this machine all day. You can't just jump on the machine and take over and I've not even finished." I said, "Okay then, well give us £1 back. You can take all the credits." He said, it doesn't work like that mate, and hit the start button and just started playing. I said, "Well make sure you hand the machine over to me when you've used your credit." But he just ignored me. He just took all the shots and never got anything out of it and then just walked away. So I just left it and just thought, guys are funny. So I walked around the arcade until I found a machine I was happy with and I stuck a few quid in it. After I stuck a few quid in, the machine paid out about 6 or 7 quid or something. And who comes out of nowhere yet again? This wee guy. And he's not even, I don't even think he was old enough to be in the arcade, never mind bossing me around. He comes up and he says, "Here mate, I filled it up for you, I stuck about 40 quid in it earlier. Now come on, geese half." I said, "Oh, you're joking." He said, "Come on, give me half, I put about 40 quid in that mate. Now give me half, what's 3 quid out of the 40 quid I put in?" I said, "I have to say, I don't think that's entirely fair, but there you go." And I just gave him the 3 quid to just get rid of this guy. He was starting to become a real pain. I gave him the cash, he looked at it, he actually counted it, and then he walked away smiling all pleased with himself. By that point I was obviously sick of gambling, considering I was getting this unexpected tax from this wee guy. So I started heading for the door, but just before I got to the front door, I passed a machine that I used to win at a lot in the past. So I thought, here goes, I'll just stick 1 last quid in and that'll be me. Stuck a quid in, I had 4 credits. First 2 credits I got nothing. On the 3rd credit, I got a nudge. I couldn't win anything. I had cherries in the first reel, cherries in the second reel, and I needed 2 nudges to bring down the 3rd cherry, but I only had 1 nudge. The thing is though, I knew there was a trick, that if I did bring down that 3rd cherry, even though I didn't bring it into the win line, it would say, "Let him spin." On the next credit, I would hit the start button, the reels would spin around, and 3 cherries would come in. I'm about to press the button, I nearly jump out my skin, there's a wee voice behind me saying, "Bring down the 3rd cherry." I looked around and there's my good friend. He said, "Bring down that 3rd cherry, trust me mate." I said, "I know," and I just turned and faced the machine. I was done with the niceties with this guy. I nudged the cherry down, it said, "Let him spin." I hit start, and then spun 3 cherries. Once I gambled that to get onto the feature board, the next 2 minutes was total fucking hell. There was this guy behind me saying, "Go higher than a 1 mate, go lower than a 12 mate, take that bonus, don't collect picker fruit, it's shite, keep going." And all the time I was saying, I know mate, I played this machine, I know it like the back of my hand. And eventually, because I do not like the back of my hand, I end up winning 12 quid. And what do you know, Mr. Taxman behind me says, "Are you not going to give me a wee something for helping you out mate?" I said, "I told you, I know this machine, I don't owe you anything." He said, "It was me who told you to nudge your cherry down." I said, "And I told you that I already knew that." He said, "Aye right, and anyway, helped you all the way through the fucking rest of it all the way to that 12 quid. I said, "I used to play this all the time, okay? I know this machine like the back of my hand." He said, "Don't be a fucking greedy bastard. This is the way it works in here. If I give you a horn, you give me half your fucking money. If you don't like it, fuck off." I said, "You know what? I think I'll do just that. Go and fucking keep the money then. You obviously need it a lot more than me." And I just left him to it. I just let him have the whole lot. I really do hate Glasgow.